One of the things that a horse is looking for when it comes to a rescue is authenticity. You see, these horses have had a bad life, a bad background, right? They may have been abused, they're certainly neglected, there could be health issues. And when they get here, they don't like people at all. They don't trust them, they don't want to do it. And the only way that we're going to win them back, get them back to being the horse that they were created to be, is through authenticity. We can't do it through, oh, here's a treat, or here's it. That's manipulation, right? They want to see authentically and know that the person who's working with them truly cares about them, is truly interested in them, and truly wants to see them achieve what their potential truly is in that environment. I don't think that's any different in a work environment. I think that as a manager, as a leader, what your people are looking for from you is authenticity. That's what they want from you, especially today's younger worker that's looking for a sense of purpose out of the job. The sense of purpose comes from having authentic leaders. So I think there's two ways that you can demonstrate authenticity to your employees, or at least live out authenticity to your employees is probably a better way to say that. And the first one is a word: transparency. Transparency. This is a word that I had a really hard time learning in my professional career, mostly because I was worried that if people knew too much that they wouldn't want to work there. Like if they knew that, yeah, numbers are down or sales are down, that they would like panic and all leave, as opposed to being able to have a real open conversation about the markets go like this and sales go like this and seasons go like this, right? To being very open about the whole process. Being transparent about things that are happening in the market, things that are happening out there. I mean, it's all real important. When you change a policy, you change a procedure, transparency is what they're looking for. It's like, is this okay? Should I follow this? Should I trust you? Should I believe you? That's what they're looking for in that. So if you practice transparency with your employees, that's the first way that you're going to develop that authenticity with them. We're going to see you as an authentic person. The second thing you can do is practice self-awareness, all right? Self-awareness. So the first on transparency was tough for me in the beginning, but I got into that and became a real good sharer. But this self-awareness was even more hard for me because as a leader, I felt like people came to me, especially when I was an executive, a CEO or COO. I felt like when they were coming to me because I'm supposed to have the answers. I'm the executive. I'm supposed to have the answers. And the truth is, it became a little bit of a drug. I liked having the answers about stuff, but I wasn't very self-aware. Because if I didn't really have the answer, I would pontificate for a while, and then eventually they would walk away, and I felt like I satisfied what they came to see me. And the reality is they're going back to their friends and their cubicles. They're going, that guy's, I don't have any idea what he just said. He talked for 5 minutes, but I don't know what he said. Self-awareness is knowing my strengths and my weaknesses and playing to that. You see, as a leader, those employees that are under your charge do not exist for you. You exist for them. Let me say that again. As a leader, they don't exist for you. You exist for them. There's probably the biggest self-awareness kind of component you can think about. You know, my wife is really good at practicing this. So when these horses come in, I remember I talked about how scared they are and how untrusting they are, and sometimes unhandled. Like they wouldn't even let a human near them for a couple years. And so they're standing in the corner and they can become violent, like really aggressive. But my wife has this ability through her authenticity that she practices with the horses to be able to take that horse, bring them back, get them to the point where she can love on them and handle them, get them haltered, bring them into the round pen and start their training again and get them back. Horses love to work. They enjoy the job. It drives them. And so she gets them back to that point all the way to now it's ready for a saddle. Get the saddle pad on and the saddle itself and get them feeling with it. But when it comes to that point, my wife turns it over because she says, you know what? I'm not that great at, her self-awareness says, I'm not the best at getting them under saddle, but I'm great at taking them from I hate people to trusting people. She's really good at that. Now, could my wife learn that other side? 100%. Would she be as good at this as that? I don't think ever. Because her passion, what fuels her, what drives her is this part. Taking that horse that's standing in the corner shivering and bring him to a point where they want to engage with people and they look forward to that kind of contact. And then transferring it over. See, what she wants from an authentic perspective is she wants that power that horse felt from the first contact with her up through the saddle to be the same as once they start from the saddle part into learning to ride. So by bringing someone in that is as strong on that part as she is on this part, she's keeping that authenticity throughout the whole process. So you can see where the self-awareness of her understanding, I'm good at this, not necessarily at that, bringing it in makes all the difference in the world. So here's your assignment, right? Take some time and really step aside and think about this. How transparent are you in your workplace? How transparent are you with your employees? And secondly, how self-aware are you of who you are? Okay? How self-aware of what you can and can't do? It took a lot of feedback to break down my ego of wanting to be the guy with all the answers, to shatter that down and get to the point where I was more of an authentic leader, the kind of leader that people wanted to be around, the kind of leader that cared for those employees, the kind of leader that understood I exist for them, they don't exist for me.